Aaron, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. I mean, like it's always nice to talk to these streamers that sometimes I'm in people's streams for hours out of my day. So it's like it's really interesting to meet people who are, I spend so much time with and to actually talk to them. How are you doing, man? How's your day going?
I mean, wow. First of all, thank you for having me on here. This is like the first time I've had someone ask me for an interview since starting, so really cool.
Hey, well, go ahead.
Very grateful for the opportunity, and just want to say thank you for that, for recognizing something that made you happy and that you wanted to just share with the people who already listen to this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like I don't know. Like for me, the whole point of this podcast, even when I started it, was to sort of highlight people that I thought was. Oh, hold on. Apparently, my background music is crazy loud, so I'm gonna bring it down a little, guys. But yeah, I mean, the reason why I started this podcast was to highlight people that I just saw something in because I appreciate what they do, and whether or not it's like. They're commercially successful, or they're, whether they're just like a hometown hero or just starting out. Like, I don't know. Like the way I like to see it is like I see something, I see a spark in people, and then I just want to talk to them about that. You know what I mean? So it's like I appreciate it as well. You know what I mean? Because it is also weird to just like reach out to people randomly through the internet and be like, hey, you want to come talk to me? You know what I mean? So it's I'm gratitude aside, you definitely kill it. You definitely bring something very interesting and something very peaceful to people that when you're in your chat, you're having people who are talking about their problems, they're having people talking about positivity, they're having people talking about it's just like you've bred a very positive and interesting community. So talk on that, man. Like, tell me how you sort of branched into this Twitch and built your community.
So it's actually, to me, a really cool coming together of circumstances that created really the community that's starting right now around me. It is so I just started streaming on Twitch just a little over 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. And what started it was I had been really uninspired by music over the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, maybe 2 or 3, like really uninspired to where I just almost never made music by myself anymore, which I used to spend hours doing every day. And it was only something I did with friends. And then one day I was at home and I decided to randomly stream myself looping on Instagram. And apparently Instagram only has like an hour-long limit. So after an hour, it ended, and I don't even know when I stopped. I kept playing for so long. And I eventually saw that it ended, and I was like, wow, dude, I just had the most fun playing music by myself that I've had in years. Yeah. So I was like, there's something to this, And I've always known I have like a little bit of a thing where I personally am just more inspired when there's other people in the room. I like feed off of other people's reactions to the music and sounds I make. And so when there's someone there who's like, oh, I vibe with that, or you didn't even have to say anything, I can feel it. And if they don't like it, it's just I just keep moving. And it's always been more easy or more fun for me when there's other people around.
Yeah.
And so with streaming, even on Instagram, like I was never looking at chat, but I knew the possibility of someone being there kept me playing, and it kept me thinking about other people's ears. So I wasn't just sitting on one sound forever, it kept me productive. And then I decided I wanted to try and get into doing it a little bit more legitimately. And I saw Twitch as an amazing platform. And I have since fallen in love with the opportunity to literally go live at any time I want in my day. Whenever it works for me, I can go live, play music, and somehow almost the same number of people every time tune in. Well, blows my mind.
Well, I agree. It blows my mind as well. Like I think I forgot who brought it up yesterday in the chat, but they were like, "Oh my God, it's like you're streaming during the day and you have 20, 30 people up in your chat going nuts." So it's like Who brought that? I can't remember. I think
It
someone.
was Pope.
Yeah. They were bringing it up and they were like dropping stats and shit. And so it was like, oh, Suge, what's up, Suge? Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it, my man.
What up, Suge?
Let me catch up on these follows. Sour Briar, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Gracias.
Oh, I love my friends.
Illy Glenny. Lily Glenny.
Lily Glenny.
Lily
What
Glenny.
up, Lily?
Lily Glenny. Oh, and then definitely not mango, which is which we appreciate the mango, the juicy mango. Shed Squad for life. Yeah, for sure, man. What's up? Thanks for joining us. So please go ahead.
The last little note on that, to just because this I think really deserves me to say something about it. I recently got given a little bit more responsibilities with my other job, which is editing a podcast, which is called the Duncan Trussell Family Hour.
Shut the fuck up! You work for Duncan?
Podcasts.
You work for Duncan Trussell?
I sure do, brother.
Oh,
it is a it's a fucking dream come true.
Jesus Christ! You edit the Family Hour? Jeez.
I edit the Family
You know,
Hour,
that's
brother.
like gonna be the highlight when I put in because when I do the descriptions of the podcast, I sit down with Aaron Goldberg, music streamer and editor of Duncan Trussell, which I can't remember the full fucking name, but the Family Hour. It's like some long. His show is it's crazy too. Like the show on Netflix. Have you seen his Netflix show?
The Midnight Gospel,
Yeah.
man. If you've never seen the Midnight Gospel, everyone needs to check that out.
I mean, first of all, like Duncan Trussell is this like sage comedian who's just always expounding on like life's biggest mysteries and making it very funny and interesting and really heartfelt at times. I mean, I'm sorry, this is not about Duncan Trussell, but you just hit
He's an angel.
Well, you hit a sweet spot for me.
No. To me, I mean, look, the reaction that you just had proves the point I'm trying to make even more. He gave me the opportunity to moderate his Discord server as well. That was like an extra thing. He was like, "Oh, can you help me mod this?"
Yeah.
And I went in there and I started meeting some of the most sweet and genuine people in mass that I have ever met in my life.
Yeah.
And I was going through a really difficult time with my relationship. It was like becoming very, very, very clear for maybe the 20th time that this was a relationship that could not go on anymore. And so I like started getting all this support from these people in this group that are like-minded because we come together from Duncan Trussell, you know? And so that reaction that you just had, I tapped into your heart by bringing up his name because he gets right to the heart. And so he brought me close to all these amazing people who helped me get the support and self-confidence I needed to go, wait, hold on, I deserve a little bit better or a lot better than what's going on. So does the person I'm with. We both deserve a lot better. And so it gave me the confidence to get the heck out of that toxic environment. And then I decided to go full force into Twitch. I had started maybe like a week before I broke up with her, or we broke up. And then the community within Duncan like found out about my streaming by seeing on Discord that I was on Twitch, and someone like used their tech savviness to find my channel and then shared it. And then I started having this crossover with these amazing people. And that is what has kickstarted an amazing community with people who I'm meeting now only through Twitch that don't have anything to do with Duncan.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely incredible because it's like I feel like Duncan was this he was like the soil starter, and now I've got this healthy soil that's growing, and it's just like so much is going to grow out of this.
Well, it's so interesting how certain people can play that role for you, especially in the time of need. You know, they just sort of miraculously appear out of the universe to sort of drop into your life to and in your case, it just happened to be like an amazing, incredibly talented comedian. And so that's I mean, that's great, man. That's a beautiful thing. So I'm curious. Let's back up a little bit. So what was your music career before Twitch?
Before Twitch, I don't even know if I would ever say I had a music career, but I have definitely been making and releasing music for like at least 10 years. But stuff that is under my name, Aaron Goldberg, I started releasing in, I believe, 2012 or 2000. That was 2012 was when I graduated high school, and I had gotten in a creative writing class in my senior year of high school, and that brought me to meet two of my best friends still today. This guy Jacob Young, who really got me into rapping. We did something together in creative writing that was just like him rapping over me singing and playing acoustic guitar. And then we became best friends because we would just hang out almost every day because he lived literally 5 minutes down the street from my house. And my other best friend, who's actually coming over today, and after this interview, I'm going to do a live stream, a short one, and then I have to send out some paintings. And then AJ, my other buddy, is going to come over and help me film either the first YouTube video or we're going to test, because I'm also going to start doing some YouTube content to hopefully bring some viewers over from there into Twitch. But, really very little music career. I was much less of a getting paid for playing music and more was I did some production for other people. Okay. I really get a lot of joy out of helping someone who's like, I'm a musician or I sing, but I only play one instrument, and then helping them turn their music into fully produced productions. Yeah,
totally, man. So let's back up a little bit more then. Well, where does your musical influence come from? Do you have music, is there a lineage of music in your family?
Not really. My dad plays piano. He played trumpet in the army, but like he doesn't play it as a form of expression. He's actually, my dad's a food scientist, and my mom is an artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of art.
My mom, art in different way, art and improvisation, even improv when it comes to food, So it's always been there in my life, improv and like happy mistakes or happy accidents.
Yeah.
As Bob Ross would say.
For sure. So then when did you start getting into playing music? I mean, you're pretty proficient on several instruments. So, I mean, how did you get in there?
Thank you for saying that, by the way. I kind of feel like an imposter when people say things like that because I don't actually know what I'm doing.
Yeah, me too. So, thank you for the follow, Hammy, TSB. Hammy. Thank you. Sorry if I'm missing the chat, everybody. I'm trying to stay engaged with my guest. But I love you guys. Keep going.
So when I was in middle school is when I actually got started to fall in love with music. I was carpooling to middle school with a buddy of mine, and he kept on playing. I remember specifically hearing Strange Brew by Cream and Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd, actually. Those two songs, I kept on, whenever I would hear them in the car, I kept on going, who is this? Who is this? And he one morning looked at me and was like, dude, I told you already. I need you to write this shit down. And then I wrote it down, and then I looked it up, and I just started falling in love with music in a way that I never had before. Before that, it was always just kind of something fun or like a joke, Yeah. This stuff was really hitting me emotionally. I mean, also, I was a child, so it's who knows how emotional it can get. But changed my life in that car ride just because I really was something happened where I started listening to music differently. And then that's when I wanted to learn guitar, because I was playing piano at age 6, but that was just because my dad he believes it's good for your brain to learn how to play an instrument. And so he started us young, and I played from 6 to 12 and didn't enjoy piano anymore and stopped for a year. And then when I was 13, picked up a guitar because I fell in love with music.
Yeah. Yeah, so you had this. So you just had this fundamental. Your father sort of forced it upon you just because he thought, which I think is a great thing. I mean, I'm sure you're thankful for it now, right?
1,000%. I didn't even not like it then. I actually enjoyed it.
Oh, but you just sort of I'm done with it.
I just got tired of it by the end of it. But when I was 12 years old, I was like, at this point, it's getting in the way of me going skateboarding and shit, and I don't want to have to tell you I'm practicing when I'm not practicing, so can I just not do this anymore?
Typical Southern California. It's in the way of me skateboarding, bro. Back up. I've got to go shred the gnar, bro. I love Southern California, by the way. I mean, I'm absolutely in love with it. I lived there for about 13 years and then moved back to the Midwest, which I was not happy about, but it actually worked out really well.
I'm sure your wallet's pretty happy about
it. Oh my God, it's amazing. I can actually do things with my life now. I can own property. I'm coming on middle age here, and it's nice to know that I'm going to be able to own some kind of property eventually now. Whereas in California, that is a very uncertain thing, for a lot of people.
Oh my God! So it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. So then. You said you didn't really have a music career, but you're making music and production and stuff. So tell me a little bit about that. How did you start producing? I mean, because that's what I know is about multi-instrumentalists a lot. And hold on, give me a second. Thank you for the follow, Amalis. I'm sorry, I'm gonna mess up your name. Emal. We're just going with
Emal.
Emal. Look at you, just doing it. What part of the Midwest? I am in Ohio. I am in Toledo, Ohio. There's somebody in your chat who is definitely from Cincinnati, so I know that we've had an exchange or two in the chat before, but I always forget. Okay, yeah. So multi-instrumentalist. What I notice about multi-instrumentalists is that they do tend to. They're not. You were saying that you feel like kind of a fraud when people are giving you props, and I agree with that because I know my limitations on any one instrument is just it's insurmountable compared to someone who actually sits down with that one instrument, practices it properly, and takes care of it and like really fosters this talent. Whereas I'm just gonna tear through what I need to learn right now so I can get on to the next project because I'm fucking going crazy, so. Which is exactly how it goes down, by the way. So it makes it really hard for me to really, really focus and get really, really solid at one instrument. So what ends up happening for me personally is that everything kind of has its strong points, everything has its weak points, every instrument I'm saying that I play, and I'm just sort of band-aiding as I go. I mean, do you feel sort of like that? Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, it's like, it's very compartmentalized. It's like what I know how to do on the guitar, I know how to do on the guitar.
Right.
What I know how to do on the piano, I know how to do on the piano. And then there's a little crossover. I can play a major 7 chord on the piano. I can play a major 7 chord on the guitar. But on the guitar, I can play a major 7 chord anywhere without thinking even for a second. On a piano, if you ask me to do it starting on some of the black keys, it's going to take me a moment. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's but the real key to it, and I think that you or any other multi-instrumentalist understands this, is at least maybe not just multi-instrumentalists and people who play mainly by ear. The key is just feeling it. My teacher who taught me guitar I give all credit to him. Mike Schmidt taught me how to play an instrument. Period. He taught me how to take the guitar and touch it and make it sing in the way I want it to, not just play some AC/DC song or something.
Yeah.
He taught me how to express myself, and that taught me that something that I've known all my life, when I was but I didn't ever make good use of it. If I was a kid and someone handed me this glass, I would try to make something with it. I would probably be sitting there going like, because that's just what you do when you have a musical brain.
Yeah.
And so now, when people ask me how many instruments do you play, like I'll name off the ones I kind of know anything about, and then after that I'll say anything that I can touch is what I will make music with.
Yeah.
Because that's what's fun. For me, there's no limits with the things you can make sound with, especially with this looper.
Oh yeah.
And I do feel limited when it comes to instruments when comparing myself to someone who is a virtuoso or is skilled on that one instrument. but I also feel really happy with my ability to take whatever's around me and make music.
Yeah. Well, and that's a whole nother thing too when you're talking about like virtuosos and stuff. And there's a whole nother thing with comparing yourself to other players, because that's fruitless as well. It's like there's no point. There's no point in being like, if only I could play like Joe Satriani, I would be the greatest. And it's like, first of all, Joe Satriani, I respect the shit out of his playing, but I don't care for his music very much. It's just, it's fun for some people, and that's fine. But like, there's no sense in comparing yourself, because all it's gonna do is you're just letting yourself down. And the best thing I've ever been told, honestly, in regards to this, was by this cat named Nissan Stewart from Los Angeles, California. He's a record producer. He worked with Missy Elliott. He worked with Timberland. He's worked with everybody, and he's like, dude, and he's also like a phenomenal drummer, like a phenomenal. He grew up in the church, just kills it. He's like, man, you can't worry about like if you're good enough to play with that guy, or if you're as good as that guy, or good. It's like all you can do is be the best you, and that's the one thing that resonates with me consistently now. You kind of understand these things, abstractly, but when someone kind of like condenses it into a single phrase for you, it's sort of, it's like this, the light bulb goes off, and you're like, oh yeah, bro. So it's
totally.
So that's the best thing that I've ever been told about that but what I think when you're talking about multi-instrumentalists and when you're talking about limitations on the instruments and technicality, that's just one part of it. The other part of being a multi-instrumentalist is the limitless possibilities that you hear when you're going to create a song or a mood or a vibe, or if you're trying to put music to a movie or to an image. It's those skills that maybe you didn't build up this crazy technical skill set of knowing your circle of fifths and all the music theory that you could possibly know, and makes up in sort of emotion, and you sort of are able to see and feel your way through composition. Do you agree with something like that? Do you agree with that sentiment? That's what I've noticed, but personally. But
I do agree with that, actually. Sorry, my camera froze because someone tried to call me, and I used my cell phone as my camera.
Oh, it's all good, brother.
But I do actually agree with that sentiment. I think that sometimes if someone is too knowledgeable on their instrument, it can be limiting, unless they allow themselves to not be limited by what they know works. Mm-hmm. Because some people for sure get stuck in the rules, and they get stuck in they just get stuck in what is allowed technically, or what works in modal theory or whatever, and you can really bust shit open by not trying to follow all the rules anymore, or even trying to learn all of them.
Right. No, and the thing that you hear most is, like, especially from virtuosos, is learn all the rules so you can just break them. That's like a very common thing you hear from people, is like, know them, but then throw them out the window because you can do anything. The possibilities are endless.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I don't mean to be someone who says don't learn the actual ways of playing an instrument or any theory. I'm just saying it's not the key to making good music. Right.
You don't have to be this one thing in order to be a great musician. You can be you could be a myriad of things that creates a vibe. When I talk to people who are very stuck in that rigid, like, maybe, for instance, the best example I've been bringing up lately is I talked to this percussionist out of New York City. She works on Broadway. She's a percussionist on Broadway. And right when the pandemic hit, she lost all her gigs, like I did, like a lot of musicians, lost all their gigs, and they're just, what's next, she put so much of her training, because she went to Juilliard, her status of where she's playing, like on Broadway. She put all of her identity into this one thing, like that she's a gigging, trained Juilliard musician. And that's who she is. That's who this person is. And then so when all of that was taken away suddenly because of the pandemic, she felt like there was nothing left, and she was like, I didn't even know who I was. Like, who the fuck am I even? Oof. And so she started. Her partner was very wonderful and helped her through that dark time, which I'm sure a lot of people had. And she dust herself off, was like, okay, so what can I do with this? And she started doing, she started making content for YouTube, and she started, figuring out, because she didn't really know how to write music. She knows how to write music, but she was like, what kind of creative outlet am I going to be now? Because she didn't have anything left, and she didn't feel like she was creative enough to write music. So she started thinking of different ways to go forward with just on what she knows. And so she started doing these really cool, informational videos on YouTube, or just performance videos, and she's still killing it. And so I think that when you're getting wrapped up in that side of it, you can go too far, and it leaves you almost without any kind of form of expression once that platform is taken away. It's almost like, and again, I want to emphasize what Aaron's saying. There's nothing wrong with learning this stuff. There's nothing wrong with being a Juilliard graduate who's working at Broadway. But, nothing at all, right? But
nothing.
But it's important to remember that that music is meant for creative expression, and you, of course, you can be creative and expressive with playing other people's music, but at the end of the day, you're playing other people's music. And when you aren't able to play, which you're always able to play other people's music if you have an instrument, but I'm saying if that platform or that medium is taken away from you, then all you have is these talents, and what are you going to do with them now? And so I'm just saying, keep an open mind, I guess. But
dude,
I don't know.
I have one thing I want to say. I'm going to hold on, I think, for a second, because it was mentioned in the beginning. Actually, I think before you even brought me on here, and I still want to bring it up. But please. It has to do with looping. But something more in line with what you just said. Fuck. God damn it.
I'm all about that, baby.
Can you jog my memory? God, I just got...
We were talking about not having music being so...
Oh, I got it. Okay, so thank you. I cannot tell you how like when the whole DMCA thing happened on Twitch and everyone was freaking out, I was just like, cool. Thank God I play my own fucking music. Right? And don't do any sampling on this shit. Like everything. Real. I literally didn't even have to bat an eye. Yeah. I more was like looking out for anyone who did have to bat an eye. And I'm trying to tell those people, like, hey, anyone who needs fucking royalty-free music, hit me up. I make stupid amounts of music and I can just send stuff to you guys.
That's actually really funny. I actually wanted to bring that up because you come off to me as someone who just constantly needs to be creating. Like if you're not creating, then maybe that's not really your comfort zone. Am I hitting anything on the head, or because like just by the way that you create and by the way that you loop and by the way that you were just like, I'm not gonna sing tonight, I'm just gonna paint. Like it just seems like you need something to sort of keep your hands busy. Is that a fair assessment, or am I wrong? Completely.
It's a little bit of both. I think it's sadly a little bit less innocent than that. I think it comes more down to I need community, I need distraction or help with me being focused on doing something positive for myself rather than sitting down playing video games for that long. I sit down and do art for that long. And it's like I feel so much better after an 8-hour painting session or an 8-hour music session than even just 2 hours sitting on my ass playing video games and then wondering what am I going to do. And so, like, you know, part of this could literally be me, you know, the frequency at which I stream right now, I am very aware, could be me fulfilling the void that I'm missing with my relationship. You know, that woman was my life. So, like, to a bad point. And so what's really cool about this Twitch thing, it's becoming my life as well, but I'm actually having a healthier relationship with you guys than I did with her. I'm communicating how I feel. I'm communicating, hey guys, I'm feeling a little burnt today. Like, I'm going to take a day off, or I'm going to, which, dude, if I didn't want to do something with her, like, I genuinely never felt safe to say, I don't want to do that, because I didn't want to. It's a whole fucking, I'm sure people understand. So, you know, I'm like really grateful that I'm, you know, maybe, yeah, I'm filling that void, but I'm also replacing it with something healthier that is in turn building me to being a better and more balanced person.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way of saying it, is that it's become sort of your release away from or distraction. I mean, because that's what it turns into that for me too, because I hate saying I suffer from depression, but like I do the depression thing, I do the anxiety thing, and it's like it's you know, it's a constant battle. And so music has definitely become one of those things where I could, well, work in general, honestly, like work that, whatever I deem work, because I work for myself, sometimes work is watching fucking, you know, stupid videos on Instagram, but in my head I'm working, okay? So, but that's what's great about working for yourself, folks. But no, it's oh shit, what were we talking about? See, this is what it's like. This because you got two stoners here talking to each other like, wait a second, what were we just saying? No, but wait a second. No, just start. Help me out, Aaron. I know I'm the host, but help me out. What were we just saying?
Look. Well, so we were talking about how, and I have another point too.
Please.
How I'm kind of using this as like a way to fill that space.
Right, distractions. Thank you.
It's also, though, what's happening every day, and you know, I get people telling me this, that they are experiencing it themselves, but really what's going on here is I'm healing, because I was in a relationship that I did not feel like I could express myself.
Yeah. And
now I'm expressing myself daily for hours into a microphone. Not only positive things. I'm expressing pain. I'm expressing joy. I'm expressing confusion. I'm expressing it all. Finally. And I get to do it. Not only do I get to do it, I'm doing that and being received with love, supported, encouraged to continue doing so. I'm having people telling me, you're helping me heal right now. I've had people come in from BLM protests and say, I've been protesting all day and now this is fucking healing me. Thank you. That shit makes me cry. You know, like, it really hurts, but feels so good to know that there's people who can come and relax with me while I'm healing as well. So it's a mutual thing. Thank you guys so much for helping me heal by giving me a place to express myself, really.
Yeah, man, and that's exactly where I was getting at. Is like when I'm going through the worst parts of whatever I'm going through. Sorry, everybody, they're mowing my lawn right now, so you guys got to hear that as well. But when I'm trying to get past the worst parts of whatever I'm going through, it's like burying myself in something positive like music. Because honestly, what I used to do, which I didn't even realize I was doing, was I was just drinking and drugging and doing whatever, you know, just acting wild and being nuts. Not, you know, just being young and dumb and not really, I don't know. Young and dumb, for sure. Young and dumb. I'm sticking with dumb. It's fine. Young and dumb. But you know, it was just like a way of escaping. But the amazing thing about like quitting drugs and alcohol for me was that it turned the switch on to start working harder in what I believe in and what I'm passionate about, and so like even though I didn't have those crutches to sort of displace whatever kind of emotions I was going through, I was able to sort of channel them back into music and actually really reconnected with music, and then I started working as a professional musician. Go figure. I wasn't the drunk guy fucking up the set, you know. I was an actual bona fide musician getting paid to do things correctly and not drunkenly, but it's just one of those things that you can get lost in, and at the top of the show I was even saying that this has become one of those. I haven't played a gig in months. I usually gig as a keyboardist, so my keyboarding skills have just sort of gone to fucking dog shit, and I'm playing guitar because of convenience and because you could just pick it up. You don't have to go sit somewhere properly and play it. You could just lurch over in your couch and just go. But when I was starting to do the Twitch and I wanted to bring I wanted to expand the podcast into a video format, I was trying to think of just different things I could do, and then I have been just doing these looping sessions just to sort of keep my chops up, and I was like, well, maybe I'll do some loops, and then I found you, and then that actually turned, I was like, oh yeah, this is probably a whole genre on here, and then I started finding a whole bunch of people. Dude, because I'm kind of new to this too, like yourself. I'm a month and a half in, and but my wife has been in on it for about 3 months, and sort of right when the pandemic started, that was when we sort of got on it. But it's interesting for you that it was more of a thing that you wanted to do to sort of detach from your current situation, which is because I'm talking to a lot of people and they're like, oh, the pandemic hit, I lost all my gigs, and so I went to Twitch and here I am, Aaron's like, nah, I just needed like better people to talk to. I just
needed a place to put myself out there, I just needed somewhere to go, and thank God for the silver lining in this pandemic. I'm definitely not thanking anyone for a pandemic, but thank you for the silver lining, because it really gave me, along with so many of us, an opportunity to look at what was going on with myself, look at what I'm spending my time doing. The first 2 weeks of the whole thing, I had to take off from work because I had just been in Europe, and like that 2 weeks is what kickstarted me to spending this much time with my music. And now my entire life has changed in 2 months, where I play music every day and am having people love it, and get the opportunity to. I still am blown away by the fact that I get to do it at any time. Like, I feel like I'm on a schedule, and I normally go on between my time, PST, 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. But like when I go on randomly at 2 in the middle of the day because I want to, that's the coolest shit ever. I don't gotta wait. Like I feel so free on this platform, and I'm incredibly grateful to Twitch for letting this be a thing that exists.
Yeah, totally, man. And like the thing that I'm hearing from a lot of musicians who are now twitching is just like, my God, like when you look at what we were doing beforehand for a little bit of money, is like we're packing up all our gear, we're driving to the gig, we're setting up and then sitting around for a few hours until we play the gig, then we tear down, and then you have to fucking load everything out, and then you drive all the way home at 3 or 4 in the morning. You get home, and maybe you live in Ohio and it's fucking 6 below zero, and you still have to fucking lug all your equipment in, because if you leave in the fucking car, it's gonna freeze and not fucking work anymore, so you gotta fucking drag it in there, and you can see smoke out of your mouth from the breath, and you fucking, I don't like winter. I love San Diego. I miss San Diego a lot. I don't love winter. But when you talk to people over and over again, they're just like, when I can just go into my bedroom /studio, turn on my computer, plug in, play, turn off, and then go to bed, and that's my night. It's like, what the fuck was that?
Why would I go back? Yeah.
It's such a drag, man. Like, and and now like some of the gigs are coming back now, and I haven't gotten offered any, and I'm still freaked out about it. But I'm seeing a lot of my friends, take these gigs, and then they lose them, and then it's like, it's just really uncertain right now. So like, you can't depend on anything coming in right now, but what you can depend on is yourself, and what you can depend on is if you stick to some kind of schedule. And if you really work hard and you communicate and you go and network, you can build something cool on a platform like Twitch or there you go, like a platform like Twitch or Mixer or whatever, but it's just opened up the possibilities beyond what I even could imagine, because I mean, like, I knew that they were doing music on Twitch, but I didn't know they were doing it like this. And then when the pandemic hit, obviously things got ramped up by 100. Where do you see this when the pandemic kind of dies down, and we have this big surge in Twitch right now? But where do you see Twitch going, sort of after the pandemic sort of starts to mellow out and people are going back into the world? And, they don't have to rely on just staying home and watching Netflix or watching Twitch for the night. They can go to the movies and stuff. How do you see this sort of playing out for the future of live streaming and stuff?
So I've been thinking about that a lot, actually, because it's a very real thing. This right now, I'm getting a lot of, like, quick growth, but that's because everyone's at home. And so I'm very aware that, not 20 people every night, or at least the same 20 people every night, are not going to be available 7 days a week to come watch me do my shit. But what I'm hoping, look, so okay, I'm going to ramble for a second, because there's a lot of different directions I think this.
Please ramble away.
Ramble on. I hope that that during this time I bust my ass so much and am basically just in front of people's eyes and in their ears so much that when this is over they miss me, and that they want to come back, and that one day they're out in the movie theater with their friends, or they're at a bar and they're like, fuck, I miss Aaron, I want to go watch some Aaron. That I'm counting on that. I'm counting on a few of you that'll actually miss me. I'm counting on, I'm gonna, like I mentioned earlier today, I'm gonna be doing a attempt at a YouTube video with a buddy, and basically what I'm gonna do is take my looping system and everything and set it up outside, and we're gonna film like a nicely shot little loop session, and then I'll edit it up later. But I'm hoping to, before this whole pandemic, there's people making money only on the internet doing just stuff on YouTube and Twitch and all that. So I'm hoping to carve my way into that. I'm not planning on just being a pandemic momentary, here I am, I play music for you guys during the pandemic. I actually see this going somewhere. I legitimately am enjoying myself. I legitimately want to continue doing the live streaming. And I hope that through that, I can make connections that will further my musical dreams that I've had this whole time, long before I even knew I wanted to live stream. I want to produce music for people. People who want me to produce their music, please hit me up. People who are interested in working with me as even just someone to feature on their music, please hit me up. I'm trying to get out there, and I just see that this right now is the perfect opportunity for me to push really hard, but not as like a momentary reality.
Yeah. That's amazing. I appreciate that. I suppose I was talking about like the longevity of Twitch and its users, and do you see, outside of yourself, do you see it sort of dwindling down, or do you see it sort of continuing to grow?
Twitch in general?
Yeah.
I think it's still growing. This whole thing that just happened with Dr. Disrespect is confusing, but even then, I think now more people who never even knew what Twitch was know that Twitch exists now because of that.
Right.
So,
and for anybody that doesn't know,
I don't. Oh yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Dr. Disrespect is one of the largest streamers on this platform who just got permanently banned with no reason why, publicly stated.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. I didn't.
No. Yeah. I mean, that's all I know.
There's more to it, but we don't have to. We don't have to go to it. There's like allegations of sexual misconduct, but I don't know how far it goes. I'm not even like that. Wasn't the point. I just wanted to make sure people understood what you were talking about in regards to this platform. And
totally.
So go ahead, please.
Basically, Streamer got pulled down for what is not clear.
Right.
It's not very clear what it is, and especially even more muddy because it happened in the middle of other streamers being pulled down for legitimate sexual allegations. So it's a really messy thing. But the point is that brought Twitch into the eye of people who didn't even know it exists. So I actually think it's still on an uptick. Personally, I also think that this pandemic it's not going to be an on and off switch. I think we're noticing that. Yeah. That this is not something you just go, it's done, go back outside. So I actually think that it's probably going to become more common for places to be streaming from a venue. So say the Whiskey A Go-Go on Twitch Monday and Wednesday and Friday. Yeah. And they'll have limited seating inside, but they'll be able to stream it online. I'm imagining bigger companies trying to take it further than their physical space. Because I think the other thing that people are noticing is, you're not limited to your max capacity anymore with this. Yeah. There is no cap. If people fuck with you, and they're going to go on their computer and they're going to watch you. And there's no need to go through any network or any other bullshit. You just put up your stuff and you do it the way you want. And I think that's the coolest thing because it's direct consumer to fucking producer to consumer or artist to consumer.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I heard I was talking to the Fantastic Plastics, who are an amazing streaming.
They're awesome.
So cool, and those guys are so friendly and just so nice, and they're just trying to help. Which, by the way, that's another thing about the Twitch community that you don't see a lot in the music community is how community it is, and how much people are trying to get you rated, and they're trying to get you more people, and they want to share your community because they think that your community would fit with their community, so they want a bigger community. So it's really cute and nice like that, which is not how music is in real life.
yes, dude. No, that has blown my mind. Yeah, I rated. I don't know if anyone you probably know her at this point. Existence 130. She also does looping. Oh, nice. I'll send you her page. You should check her out.
Love it.
I rated her once with 2 viewers, and she was so nice, and she immediately pulled up my stream and was like, "This is sick," and then just started jamming on top of it.
Yes.
And I hung out for 2 hours, and then she was about to be done, and I decided to go live again. And then she rated me with 35 people, and a bunch of those people are return customers. They keep on coming back, and it's crazy, man.
No, it is.
And Open Set, this other guy who does synth and microscope stuff. I got to turn you on to him too.
I'm in it.
Randomly sets up raids. He just pops in and goes, "Hey, I'm going to get you a raid." And then someone raids me out of nowhere that I've never even met. And I'm like, "What is this? What are you doing? Why do you do this? This is amazing."
Right.
It's so cool to me that people are that supportive. And I'm just trying to give that back too.
Which is so great is because that's what the community, that's what the global community of at least on the music side is that's just sort of what's been set up. That's just sort of how it's done. I'm trying to think of what it's the culture. It's what the culture of the music community is. What I was getting at with the Plastics is that they were saying, they brought up a really good point. They were talking about how YouTube And well, I think we were both kind of talking it out during the podcast. We're talking about how like YouTube, when it first came out, was this thing where people, were watching kittens play and, like little kids getting hit in the nads with a, wiffle ball or something. But it wasn't really anything, it wasn't really anything that anybody thought of was like, let's make $1 million off this, But then it did, and then you have people like Justin Bieber, and you have people who are getting Netflix shows now who are crossing over into the mainstream from YouTube, and they're just sort of pointing out is like they see sort of Twitch. Once you start seeing these like rock stars coming out of Twitch going into the mainstream, you're going to see a huge surge in it, and they're just like we're just at the beginning, and you're right. This pandemic is not going anywhere, and the even when the pandemic dies down, the ramifications of shutting an entire world economy down is going to have long-lasting ramifications where there's going to be a lot of people out of work, honestly. Are you familiar?
And people have changed. There are people who just don't outside. There will be people who are just like, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to go to bars. I don't really trust this. It's
exactly.
all, there's a whole spectrum.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. There's a myriad of things that are going to sort of keep Twitch sort of running. Are you familiar with Andrew Yang at all?
Andrew Yang. Is he a YouTuber?
No.
I'm thinking of Andrew Wong.
Oh, is he a cook? Andrew Wong? No, never mind.
No, Andrew Wong's a musician.
Okay.
So Andrew Yang, who's this?
Andrew Yang was he was a presidential nominee for the Democratic side. He is no longer, but he is working with like the Democrats now to build policy. He actually was the one who started bringing UBI or Universal Basic Income to the mainstream through his presidential. Not candidacy, what the hell? Through his running as a president, he ran on the platform of UBI where everybody gets $1,000 a month. Are you familiar?
Right.
Yeah, okay. So he was saying that technology is sort of going to edge people into this as a necessity because technology and AI is sort of going to replace people's jobs. And so we're going to have this huge displacement of middle class because robots are doing it. And he was saying that this was going to be like, in the next 5 to 10 years, and there's people actively doing it, working towards these AI robots. They're working day and night in Silicon Valley to ensure that this is going to be our future. From driving by self-driving cars to, robots that build cars for you, and like the whole thing. They are actively working on making it this way. And so there's gonna be this huge disparity between the top and the bottom, and he was seeing it as something happening in the next 5 years. Well, guess what? There was a fucking pandemic, and now we're sort of forced into this where now we do need Amazon to bring drone drop shit to our front door, where we do want an Uber that drives itself because we don't want this motherfucker coughing on us when we're trying to just get to the fucking to the gig or whatever the fuck we're doing. So it's like we were forced into this through a pandemic, which who could have saw it coming? I mean, apparently a lot of people saw it coming, but who could see that? Apparently Bill Gates knew about this fucking well before the week it happened. He knew all about it way before it happened. But so it's just it's looking like because of the pandemic and because of where technology was already going, we find ourselves in this situation where we're gonna have a lot of people not working. We're gonna have a lot of people without, homes. This is a catastrophe of what can possibly happen. And I'm not trying to bum anybody out. I'm actually trying to get people hype on trying to, because we got to figure this shit out. Because right now we're worried about fucking what people are saying, and that we're not actually worried about funding these underserved communities and taking care of the things that people are in the streets protesting about right now. We're worried about what people are saying, and to me that's moot. let's talk about how fucking these corporations and this government is one who creates these tax loopholes where they get to like keep all their money, all their tax money, and they don't put any of that shit back into the economy. And that's what Andrew Yang is talking about. He's talking about UBI and having these companies that are going to displace our jobs. Like I said, not like me said, what's actually happening in Silicon Valley is people are actively trying to take our jobs with robots. It's not the Mexicans. Surprise, surprise. It's the fucking robots. So so this is only going to get more technical. We're only going to be more secluded from each other. We're only going to find comfort in technology and in places like Twitch as the world burns around us. We're going to want Aaron Goldberg to keep us, feeling safe. And I know that's a sad dystopian view, but and I don't know if that's the future, but it makes sense. It does. I mean, think about it like this. I mean, people are losing 40% of small businesses are not coming back after this. 1.5 million jobs are not coming back, but yet our stock market is going through the roof. I mean, what does that say to you when you see that kind of disparity? What does that tell you when you see that all these people are about to lose their homes? And what does that say to you? I know that's a lot. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to just turn it all into that.
No. I have an Aaron Goldberg spin on this.
I love it. I want the Aaron Goldberg spin.
So, look, I agree. I mean, and first of all, there's really what I see is a big question mark. Who knows what it's going to be?
Right.
But I do agree. It is so possible that we go towards a very quote unquote disconnected future where there's a lot less physical interaction, a lot less physical, space sharing. And a lot more of people doing almost everything online that doesn't include things that are direct contact with their loved ones. And on the note of the small businesses closing as well, tied in with all of that, I think that we are going to see, I've been thinking this for a long time now, and it's been proving itself true over the last 5 or 10 years that probably been true for a while, but I'm just growing up and starting to see it. And I think that we're having a slow, reintroduction to craft being something that people enjoy, handmade, handcrafted products. People fucking love that shit. And I just genuinely think that a lot of these people who their business maybe failed or because of the pandemic they were forced to close because they weren't able to keep it open, they're going to end up, these are creative people. These are people who made a business. These are people who had enough energy to do real hard work that is making a business. That person probably has another passion, and I'm sure they're going to figure something out. And the cool thing about this online thing is it gives an opportunity for people who, maybe 20 years ago, they started a small business because they needed a way to sell their handmade knives. Now you don't need that storefront anymore. So there's this cool, with every shift comes more than one change. And so, good and bad, I think it really depends on how you move forward from here. And I think that a lot of really savvy people, maybe, and definitely even those who aren't internet savvy, there's going to be programs that will help these people, similar to how there's programs for people today to help low-income families and stuff. There's going to be programs of people who just want to help people start their small businesses online. Because I believe in people enough to say that that's for sure going to happen. Because I'm always blown away by what people do for free for people just to help. Yeah. So I see where it's going, and I agree that it can go there where you're saying, but I also think that even in that world, there's a lot of positive possibilities.
Oh, I absolutely agree, and I'm being a bit hyperbolic, a bit, but I'm from the Midwest, and I visited back and forth throughout the years of living out west, and I moved out west right before the last economic catastrophe happened in 2008, 2009, so I was right in the middle of that in San Diego when that happened. And because of fun things like NAFTA, and the Midwest lost its entire industry. So right now, it already is when the economic crisis happened in 2008, the area, the region, the Midwest was already suffering. And so this just sort of put the nail in the coffin for a lot of people, and a lot of people never recovered. And what you're saying was exactly right. And so what I saw over the years is like, we had all this blight, and there's all these houses that are fucked up, and Detroit saw the same shit where you see just big plots of land where houses and industry used to be, and now it's just fucking just fields of just overgrown grass where fucking the community has just given up. What I did see in these last 10 years leading up to the pandemic, or the last 12 years, I guess, is that you're right. A community-based economy started really going strong. Here in Toledo, there was this place that popped up called Homemade Toledo, and there was several other small businesses that sort of spawned out of the necessity of survival just the economy being decimated. So, I definitely see that happening again. But what the problem was I see in this go around is that we were just sort of getting back from that. And so, like, nothing, I just feel like a lot of stuff wasn't solidified, and I just don't feel like it had the time to really take hold like it could have, because it takes years to recover from this kind of shit. And so, I definitely see it happening, but I definitely don't think that we were completely recovered in the first place. I mean, this whole economic collapse and this whole pandemic just highlighted how weak that America has made itself. Like, we couldn't even get medicine in. We couldn't get fucking cotton swabs. Fucking cotton swabs, bro. Like, cotton swabs? Get the fuck out of here with cotton. This is America. Who fucking thought you could get a cotton swab in fucking America? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like the biggest, like, wake-up call in the fact that we have completely isolated ourselves, even to the point where our leaders are isolating us. You know what I mean? It's just like, we're becoming this joke. And I'm sure anybody in chat that is on the other side of the pond is probably like, yeah, he's right, we just don't respect you guys. We have no respect for y'all. But it's like, and you know what? The other day, and it actually stuck with me, and this has to do with you. I'll try not to talk about the bum out stuff, but it was the 4th of July, and I was in your chat, and it was like 3 a.m. for me, and I don't know why I decided to start communicating with people before like my brain warms up, but that's what I do. I start communicating. I'm in the chat, and I'm feeling kind of like emotional, and I'm feeling kind of like, I'm proud American, even though that America's going through some shit right now. I'm still a proud American. And so I wrote that bullshit, and I said, I'm happy to have you guys as fellow citizens. And then there's someone in the chat was like, me and I think Al was like, we're not fucking American, motherfucker. Like, he wasn't like rude about it, but it was like enough for me to be like, oh shit, like, it's enough for me to realize is that, like, not everyone's on board with what's happening over here and also not everyone's on board with being clumped in with being a part of a country that they're not a part of. So, which is totally fine. And it wasn't like a situation where I was like, oh man, I feel like shit, but it was something that stuck with me, and like I felt like I was a little disruptive, you know what I mean? Just by being like, I'm a proud American. But that's probably me projecting my own bullshit. It just was, but that's sort of like where we're at now. It's really interesting to see how the world is sort of viewing us and where we're at as a country. I mean, Jesus Christ, what are we gonna do? I mean, what are we gonna do, Aaron? How are we gonna make this better?
Well, so I think that yes, we were just sort of getting back, recovering from 2008, 2009. But I think that the problem is we were trying to go back to the way it was. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
Right. And so that this was the world going, hey, you you guys are silly to think that anything is going to work the way it did 10 years ago. It's not like that anymore. Don't do that anymore. We need to find new solutions for today.
Yeah.
It's just the way things are. And it's changing so fast, we actually might need to find new solutions for tomorrow. You know, like we can't catch up. I think we need to plan ahead and set up infrastructure for the future. And I genuinely actually think that's what things like Twitch, I think that's what things like Patreon, I think that's what things like Etsy are. You know, things where people can sell their own stuff.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So like, you know how you were saying local Toledo, like you guys had that shop. People don't give up. They're going to open up something away, and your community decided to start taking care of itself. What's really cool is now we need to remember we're not living in a world that's just a bunch of small communities. We are one massive community called the internet. And so we need to all be working together, and I see it happening. You know, I see people, I'm getting support from Australians, like more than one, multiple Australians are giving me support every night. And it's like, I don't feel like I'm just an American. You know, I am an earthling.
Yeah. A world citizen, baby.
And I'm lucky as fuck to be here. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm an Earth citizen, and I'm so grateful to be here, even in this gnarly time, which is terrifying and confusing. I'm really lucky to be here, and I genuinely think that the only way that things are going to get better is if we all realize that we're lucky to be here and take care of each other.
Yeah, and that is a very nice sentiment. I fully agree with that. It's just like, how the fuck do we get past these like terrible differences that we're making, that we're pressing upon ourselves? You know, I like I don't know how to say your name, buddy, but it's Phleah, Phleah. Phleah. I'm Canadian, and when I hear America, I'm like, OMG, another gun-wielding idiot. Not that I believe it, but it's sometimes the first thing that automatically hits my brain, which is fair. It's fair. Like, if that's all you see about America, like looking, well, no, seriously, when you look at it from like someone in another country's perspective, and all they see is like this orange guy screaming these hateful things, and like people are burning shit down, and people are mad because they got to wear masks. People are mad because they don't want to spread a disease. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I can imagine, you know, like I can imagine what other people see it, and it's a sad thing, man. And I am genuinely proud to be an American. I'm genuinely proud of what we stand for, but I am not so proud of where we're at right now. But that's what's great about a country. You can turn it around, and people can do things about it. And anybody who's American in the chat, come on, fucking vote. Please vote.
Please help.
Please help. This is how we make things happen. This is what we got. Is what we got. But I'm not trying to preach to anybody. I love everybody, and I hope everybody's having fun with us right now. I'm not about believing shitty stuff like that, and we should be proud of our country. Hell yeah! Thank you. Thank you so much for understanding my comment. Oh, dude, I understand it totally, because that's how I feel for a lot of the times. I'm just like, oh god. And to be honest, like, I live on a street that has nothing but Trump flags and rebel flags, and my neighborhood has a big fucking shoddy piece of plywood that says "Blue Lives Matter," just haphazardly spray painted on this piece of fucking scrapwood. And it's like, you know, this is my environment here, and I still want to connect and be friends with my family. Not my family, with my neighbors. I still want to know these people. I still don't want them to just shut up. I don't want them to just stop talking and saying how they feel. I want to have a real conversation where we're not yelling at each other, and we're trying to understand each other, because that's how you figure shit out.
That's the start of real change.
I don't know, man. I'm really curious on the whole Duncan Trussell thing. How do you end up How do you end up in that position?
It comes down to being a being a fan first. You know, I my friend turned me on to Duncan. I don't know what year, maybe 2014 or 2015, probably 2014. And I don't know. The timeline is fuzzy.
That's okay.
I can tell you the order of events. I met him at the Comedy Store, actually, believe it or not.
I do believe it.
I went there to see him, and I was wearing this very psychedelic outfit.
Oh, by the way, before you get into this thing, chat did mention your sweater. They wanted to make sure that we brought attention to how awesome your sweater is.
Thanks, y'all. Here, wait, let me show you even more how awesome it is.
Please do.
Also, there's only 3 stages at the Comedy Store.
What's the belly room, the main room, and what's the other one? I can't remember the third one.
Sorry.
Oh shit! It's reversible.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Hey!
It's a Peter Max.
It's a Peter Max. What the fuck is a Peter Max?
I love this thing.
I don't know.
So
I'm writing Peter Max down because it's so tight, but I don't know what that is.
Yeah, he's an artist.
Oh, tight.
You'll recognize it.
Anyways, you were talking about how you met him at the Comedy Store.
Yes, I was wearing really psychedelic clothing, and he on stage said something like, "Who here has done acid before?" And like, I may have been tripping at the moment. I actually don't even remember. And chose not to raise my hand because it's like, you know, I don't need to just call myself out like that. And no one raised their hand. And he was like, "What? You guys are at the wrong show." And then I was like, "Come on." And he was like, "Not you, man. I know you've done that." And so like that was our first little interaction.
Yeah.
And then after the show, I saw him on the patio and I got to talk with him. And he invited me to, if you've listened to the show enough, you've heard this episode where he talks about the Cacophony Society,
I guess
which is a group of people who do random gatherings, seemingly random, for the sole purpose of bringing novelty into the world. A good example of one of my favorites is a bunch of people dress up as clowns, and subsequent, like on each bus stop, someone sits there as a clown and gets on, but they never talk to each other. So by the end of the bus stop, there's just all these clowns that aren't interacting with each other, completely ignoring one another. It's incredible.
Is there videos, by the way? Is there videos on this?
I'm sure there's videos of something called the Salmon Run, which you should check out, which is basically at races, like during a city race or something. The Cacophony Society will dress up in salmon outfits and run the opposite direction.
That is amazing. And so he's a part of it. See, it's been years since honestly I've listened to the podcast, so I feel like I need to get back into it, man. It's been like a couple of years. So what is he like a part of it? Is he making is he calling shots? Like,
well, so the Cacophony Society has existed a long time. Some of the original members are the guys that started Burning Man. Oh,
okay.
So these guys, it's the whole point of Cacophony Society is what's the word? Extreme inclusivity. Like there is no exclusiveness. You know, everyone is allowed. You can have your own chapter. You can do whatever you want. Call it Cacophony Society. They don't give a damn. You know. And so he just wanted to experiment and put on his own Cacophonous event. And so what he decided to do was go to a Gelson's, which is a local grocery store here. And in that particular Gelson's, there is a bar. And so he said, "Hey, how about we're doing an event on Wednesday. Come meet me and my friends in your pajamas in Gelson's." I basically just showed up with 2 of my good friends in pajamas. And Oh yeah, hold on. This is something 10K said something really good about Cacophony Society. You may already be a member. That's their like.
You might already be a member.
So I went into Gelson's in my pajamas, and I look to my left, and I see Duncan Trussell, Brendan Walsh, Johnny Pemberton.
Nice.
Duncan's at the time girlfriend, and like his close group of friends. I also see Connor Habib, who's a podcast guest on there a few times. And they're all just standing there in pajamas. And so I walk up to them and I'm like, what up?
Yeah.
And then we're standing in this area in Gelson's at a bar, and he buys us all drinks. People walk in who are shopping there, look over at us and laugh and have a good time. It was really fun. By the end of the night, we had sung songs from Frozen inside of the Gelson's. And then we eventually left and went down the street to a bar, and like I got to hang out with him a little bit more there. And then fast forward like 3 years later or whatever, 4 years later maybe. Do you know who Ram Dass is?
Yes.
So
I can't remember his real name, but he was with Timothy Leary and
Richard Alpert.
Richard Alpert, yes.
So I have been into Ram Dass since I was 14, thanks to my dad.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, Velo, you have heard this story before on DTFH, and you can hear my voice in the recording as well. But so Ram Dass, I was listening to Duncan's show and heard him talking about Ram Dass retreats, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that was a thing. And they have them here in Ojai as well as Hawaii. Ojai is in California, and Ojai is really close to me, so I decided, I'm going to reach out to Raghu Marcus, who runs Love Serve Remember Foundation, which is Ram Dass's foundation. And I asked him, hey, can I please like volunteer for you guys in any way? Whatever. I just want to help. And he was like, no, but you should come to our next retreat. And so I signed up immediately that day. And then I went, and it was a life-changing experience, to be honest. That's a story in itself. Long story short, though, that retreat with Ram Dass got me higher than any drug I've ever taken, and for longer. With zero substances, I was basically tripping balls for days. Like not, visually or anything, but my heart was so open, and I was really, really raw and happy and just full. I was very, very alive and present. Really cool.
Yeah.
And that just came from talking to people, being open and connecting with people. And so really the magic trick there is just be open and connect with people.
Yeah. No, there is like a surreal experience that you can have just by being in a certain environment or situation or just around a certain person.
Yeah. And especially when that environment or person encourages you to just be yourself.
Yeah.
And for days on end. And then by the end of it, you're like, how can I do anything but that?
How can I ever go back,
and it's
bro?
just like incredible, man. And then you go home and then you get back into your daily life, and within 2 weeks, you're upset about stubbing your toe again.
Yeah. You're cussing at the guy next to you for cutting you off. Yeah. I got you. Nah, I know it.
But the Ram Dass retreat, I first went to, I saw Duncan, and I was like, whoa, that's cool. I didn't expect him to be here. And even though he talks about them, I just didn't expect him to go actually be at the Ojai one. I thought he only went to the Hawaii ones. And I'm walking to the bathroom, and he just like makes eye contact with me. He's like, hey man, good to see you. And I was like, wow, that's cool. I can't believe he even recognizes me.
Oh, nice.
And then the following night, him and his wife see me sitting down at the community table, and they just sit right across from me. And so we get to like sit down and have a conversation.
Wow.
And that was so sweet to get to sit down with them and just like really connect like that, I
mean, like what kind of what kind of?
And then 6 months.
Oh, please go ahead, finish this. Go.
No, continue.
Oh God damn it. We did that. Well, no, what is a conversation like with Duncan Trussell in the first place? I mean, I'm sure he's a normal guy, and like you get to hear him talking about on all the podcasts and stuff. So I imagine it's something close to that, but I don't know, like what it would.
It's similar, but it's he's human. You know, he's got anxiety that doesn't come as clear on the podcast.
Right.
Now that I met him, I recognize it as he's an anxious person. But when I first met him, I was like, oh, whoa, he's like pretty anxious. And like really that just filled my heart with even more compassion for him.
Right.
Because like you can just see him, his brain is running really, really fast all the time. And so he's like, I think, it can be a little like boom, 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 especially because I'm kind of slower. Yeah. Even though I have anxiety too, and all that, but it's just different. You know, it shows itself differently for me. And also, I'm not really good at like pulling names out of a hat or anything, or like references, and Duncan is, and so like talking to him about certain things, I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, brother.
Yeah.
But mainly, literally, he was just trying to give me his YouTube channel. He was like, I don't want. He kept on trying. He kept on trying to tell me. He's like, I will literally give you my YouTube account information if you just like want to run it, and put random videos on it. And I was like, and I didn't know what to say, so I that never happened. But
right. You're like, bail.
6 months later, I was just, it was just like a fun. I thought he was kidding, and then I realized it was legit. But I had nothing to put on there. It was a waste.
So
6 months later, I go to my second Ramdas retreat, and Duncan's not there, but his wife is with their brand new baby.
Oh, nice.
And she comes up to me, and we're talking and just, saying, hey, good to see you again. And I'm meeting their child, and I'm like, where's Duncan? And she's like, he's really busy. He's at home right now. He's working on something I'm actually not allowed to talk to you about. Like, I can't say. And spoiler alert, that was the Midnight Gospel.
Oh, nice.
So I found out that he was really busy, basically needed help on his podcast, and the fucking angel, Kelly, who runs the setting up of those retreats, who had never worked with me before, only knows me as a person, as a friend, not as a professional person she worked with, recommended me as their podcast editor. And so she asks me, she's like, will you help? And I said, this is literally a dream of mine. Absolutely. Not even a question. And a week later, I got a call from Duncan at home. And he was like, hey, let's do the first episode this week. And then we'll see how it goes. Maybe we won't even like working with each other. And then I edited that week's episode, and I've been doing it every week since. That was in April last year.
Oh, wow. So what goes into editing one of those episodes? I mean, it seems like he runs it pretty unedited. It feels like it. I'm pretty sure his intros and stuff, he edits the shit out, but like the conversations itself. So what are some of the things that you find yourself editing?
So, I mean, the intros, he does all of the like recording and editing what he wants heard, he lines it up.
Right.
I basically just compress it, control the volume, control the, if there's a noise coming from the mic, I do denoise. Simple like audio processing just to clean it up, make it more listenable, and more level.
Yes.
And I make the music for the commercials, which is really fun. That is like one of my favorite parts of the job. I take
hot dog.
I am so grateful for that.
Sitting right here in front of me, the guy who makes the music for the commercials on DTFH, right here. God damn it. No, but that is really amazing. So you're not really editing like any of the content of the conversations and stuff. You're just making it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say the conversation is pretty damn raw. I only make sure it sounds good.
Right.
I've literally had to remove something from conversation 2 times in a year. So it's almost never does he go, hey, can you take that out? I don't want people to hear that.
Right.
And it's never actually him. It was one time he said something about a woman, a specific person being pregnant, and she was like, I actually don't want to talk about that. And then another time a guest recently gave his email out, and Duncan was like, don't do that.
Don't do that, bro. Not a good idea. No, that's cool. Yeah, man. That's I love podcasts like that. I love that free flowing conversation. The ones that are like super edited together and like I don't know. To me, just it sounds sterile. And JRE obviously is a good example of somebody who sort of set a precedence in that. But that's how I run my shit, man. I'm not editing shit out unless I say something really stupid or my guest says something they don't want to be said. It's mostly me saying.
I mean, and what's the point? All you're doing is putting a wall between your viewers and you.
Yeah.
You know, like unless you say something that's really fucked up, like legitimately just bigot and you didn't even mean to, or you weren't aware.
Right.
And even if you weren't aware, maybe that's okay because then it's like you can learn and you can openly learn. You know, like I really believe in the whole the less filters between you and your audience, the better. And I believe that because Duncan showed me it's a true formula.
Well, and it truly is. I mean, the more people feel like they are a part of your life, they feel like they feel important to you too. You know, like to know you and to be a part of your routine and to hear you talking all the time. They feel like, you're keeping them company when they're alone at night or when they're making that long drive across the country or whatever it is. You do become very close and there is this bond. And I'm all about that, man. And you're sort of touching on like free expression, and you're sort of touching on, just the ability to say things and to have a conversation and to be wrong. And that's what I took from that is the ability to be wrong and to the ability to correct mistakes. And that's one thing I'm seeing frighteningly happening more and more these days. In regards to censorship and what you can and cannot say. As a podcaster, I have a huge problem with anything that goes against freedom of expression or freedom of speech, but I don't know. Where do you sit on that? Where do you sit on that? Are you reading chat, by the way?
I am reading chat. I think censorship sucks, man. I think censorship is bullshit. I'm so glad that Twitch is the way it is. I mean, I haven't encountered anything, and I say all sorts of fucked up stuff. Right. I mean, it's not like I'm saying fucked up things, but I curse a lot on my Twitch, and I haven't made it a 18 and up thing.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I don't want to. I really don't want to like cut it off from most people.
And this is America, goddammit.
And I looked in TOS. It's not about cursing when it comes to that. It's about like really, really, really gnarly stuff.
Right.
I think a lot of, like maybe if your whole channel's centered around drugs, I'm pretty sure you have to not
be cursing and dropping F-bombs. But
I don't think they care about that.
The problem with the censorship of today is that it's connected to a political system now, and that like with cancel culture and stuff like that. I do think that some people should be canceled, but I don't think that the conversation should end. And I think that's what the problem is that we're sort of not able to discuss where the lines are. And so now everyone's just line stepping because we don't know what the hell the next thing that is going to be the bad thing to say. You know what I mean? Like, I don't...
Dude. Yes.
Yeah.
When it comes to cancel culture, I agree. I think that the conversations are not long enough. Especially because a lot of people just seem satisfied with, cool, we canceled the person.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you affected? How did it change you now that you've looked at how you feel about this person? I think that's more important. Like whether you listen to fucking Michael Jackson's music anymore, that will literally not change the way I feel about you.
Right.
How you feel about child trafficking is how I'm going to feel about it. It will change how I feel about you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fuck it, dude. It's art. I don't care. I'm one of those people that's pretty good at separating the art from the person. And maybe this will make some people not like me, but that's my honest truth.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't take it to the step of, oh, you still listen to that person that I don't listen to. Don't fuck with you on that alone. Like, that to me is just closed-minded, and you're hurting yourself more than anything else by doing that.
The thing about shutting people down and keeping people out of the conversation is that it sort of chases them into the arms of extremism. When you're told to shut the fuck up, and that you don't have a voice, and even though that's supposed to be one of your rights, when you're told over and over again that you're stupid and you live in the middle of the country and that your fucking vote don't count and you're just some hayseed out there. Oh, look what happens. A fucking Cheeto is running the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying here? Like, just shut down the conversation is to breed more hate. To talk it out, to try to understand each other, to try to understand, why are you so mad about shit, bro? Like, what the fuck happened to you, bro? You know, like, who touched you? You know, like, what happened? You know, like, trying to understand another human being is the point. You know what I mean? Because we need each other. You have to hold a baby or else it will die, right? Like, if you don't hold a baby consistently when it's first born, it dies. What does that say? It needs it. We need each other. And to say that I'm going to write off of most of America, like anybody who voted for Donald Trump, I'm going to write this bitch off because fuck them. Well, guess what? That's the teachers that teach your kids. That's the bus driver that takes your kids to school. That's your garbage man. That's your fucking neighbor. You know what I mean? Like, and so what, are you going to block all these people out of your life now because you don't agree with what they said or they might have made a mistake? You know what I mean? So it's just like a very it's just been very weird lately.
I have I'm going to maybe go out on a limb here. I mean, take a small risk here because these guys are fairly offensive, but they come from a true place, a genuine place. A podcast I listen to that helps me, or that I just get joy out of listening to at this point because so few people can talk about the things or are willing to talk about the things they are willing to talk about. If you check out Flagrant 2, Andrew Schultz is like the comedian. I fucking knew I knew exactly what you're gonna say. I knew you were gonna say Andrew Schultz. He fucking, because who else is doing that? Right. No one else is doing that. No one. You know, and I can't respect him enough for being willing to say this shit because it's at this point goddamn refreshing to hear someone just be silly, maybe use some words that they asked not to. In intellectual conversation as well. Like, this guy's not stupid. Right. You know, you watch a few of his YouTube videos where he's doing crowd work, you are quickly turned on to the fact that he's very aware of what he's doing and knowledgeable. And I also, just from listening to him, am pretty damn sure he's coming from a very good place. Right. And I just like can't be grateful enough that people like that exist. So I just want to plug Flagrant 2 real quick for anyone who wants to listen to some really slightly offensive but very open conversation. Right, and it's done right. Like, that's the thing. It's done right, and they allow themselves to make mistakes. And I saw someone talking about Louis C.K. and how he kind of got Me Too'd in such a weird way. I don't know if that's what they were referencing. You know, I believe so. Despite his shortcomings, Louis C.K. to me was one of those people who were pushing boundaries as well and questioning this whole movement to silence people. And unfortunately, he has his own hang-ups that got him into trouble. By the way, are you a fan of Louis C.K.? I don't know if... Have you seen his? I'm a bad fan of most people, to be honest. I don't follow things very well. I feel you. Unless I'm following one thing, then it's like I'm an addict. Yeah, you focus in, and then you're on there. But I think he's hilarious. Yeah. I have never seen a Louis C.K. bit or like an extended amount of him and not laughed. You know what I mean? I think he's hilarious.
No, he just has this very elegant way of just throwing the hypocrisy back in people's faces, and also, but like his latest special, which honestly I don't think is his best, but like it's definitely worth watching. And if you're interested, shoot me a whisper. I'll send you a link to my drive, then you can download it for free. Because I'm just I don't give a fuck. So go ahead if you want that. I will share the new Louis C.K. With you guys, circumventing that $5 to support his masturbating ass. You know, man, like it sucks about Louis is like, because I was a huge, I still am a huge fan of Louis C.K. But it was just one of those situations where, like, you know, I can't really comment too much on it, just because I don't know, like, no one deserves to have to go to work and then be, even if you asked, you know, no one should have to be. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you go to work one day and someone's like, you know,
hey, can I masturbate in front of your face?
You know,
like, no, please.
No, like, you know, like, as a woman, like, I don't want my sister or my nieces or, you know, my mother going to work just to be propositioned by some, like, orangutan, you know, like, fucking, it's not, you know, what so I do see, like, but it was a weird situation, right? Because, like, there was permission, there was, you know, he did ask, but, like, what makes asking okay? Like, who said that it was okay to go to the office and be like, hey, you want to see my dick? Like, you know, like, that's not, I don't ever remember working in an office where it was like, okay, just to ask people to masturbate in front of them. So, you know, I don't know.
He probably should have asked a close friend first. It was a good idea.
Hey, look, I'm really going through some shit right now. Do you mind if I just, like, pull one out real quick? Like, just, you know, just real, just please, just a favor. No, but poor Louis. So with production, then how far did you go with production? And we're wrapping up here, Aaron. I know we've been going hard here for a couple hours, but I'm still not clear on, like, what you did or what you do. Like, what's your day job besides editing stuff? Do you mind talking about that? Like,
of course, no, not at all. So, and also, I've really enjoyed this, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, me too, man. It's been great. Like, loved talking to you. Like, I figured that we would have a great little back and forth, just because we already do in chat, so it's fun. You know, like, so it's fun to talk. Anyways, okay.
Thank you.
Stoner moment.
My day job.
Thank you.
So what I used to do until last week, actually. I quit my day job last week, my dude.
Yes, fuck that thing.
Yeah. It was awesome, though. I'm so lucky to have been able to work at my parents' grocery store and restaurant.
Oh, nice.
Literally all my life. I've worked there since I was like a kid. And then, like, I got a job at a dispensary at one point in my life, stopped working at that place for a while, and then I went back when I lost my job at the dispensary because I accidentally went camping on a day that I had work. I had to go back to Folly. Had to go back to the place that I worked at. So, sorry, I do my best not to actually let it be known what the place is.
No, that's okay. Is it kind of a known place?
Yes.
Okay, I get you. Totally, man. And your dad's a food scientist, so I can only imagine what that means. But
right.
But
I mean, well, it's a place that I'm proud to be connected to.
Course,
I just genuinely want. I never want. As far as I can get by myself is what I want. You know,
I completely understand, man. Well, I don't completely, because my dad was a tire salesman. So I don't completely get you. But I understand that you're like, I know that, you know, even just having a name or whatever is gonna, you want to do it on your own. I get it.
Yeah.
You don't want
to get it.
You're not.
I think everyone gets it.
Yeah,
There's no need for you to know the name of the place.
No, and that's totally.
I was a grocery guy for the last like few years, and I've done cashiering. I did busboy work. Busboying was actually my favorite job in the restaurant because it's this beautiful balance between interacting with your coworkers and interacting with the customers. And like, we talked about this earlier, and I didn't mention this, so this ties in.
Sweet.
You asked me. I was saying how this is very much like I'm using this almost as a distraction, and that's why I'm constantly working on it. Also, though, the reason why I kind of come back every night, I'm for sure a people pleaser. So I like making people feel good. And when every time I stream, someone feels good, it makes me want to do it again. You know, like, and being a busboy is very much a people pleaser's like dream job, because you just bring people water, you know, like you bring people things that make them happy. You help the waiter who has too many plates to carry. Like, all you are doing is helping people. And to me, that's like the fucking greatest job to have. So it was really fun for me. I got to enjoy customers, who are my favorite part about the place. And yeah, so, but for the last few years I've been doing grocery, which was like when big orders would come in, we would unload all the shelves and load the shelves up and put things in the freezer and shit. Pretty boring.
Well, that's a day job, right? So now you quit your grocery job now? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm no longer working at that store, but I'm working for Duncan. Once a week I edit the podcast, and now throughout the week I've gotten other things I'm doing. Editing some other live videos that he's been doing. Just various more work for Duncan. And I also, 6 months ago, I reached out to another podcast I listened to called Once Upon a Crime. And it's a true crime podcast. I emailed her literally out of the blue saying, hey, can I edit your show? I like your show. Can I edit it? And she said, well, I'm not looking forward. I mean, I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready to give someone else that kind of work. You know, I still need to do it, or want to do it myself, or can't pay for it yet, whatever. And she said, but I need someone to do my music. So I redid her intro music, which was just recreating an Apple loop, but doing it better, and me making adding some guitar and drums as well. And just like a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, she hits me up and says, hey, I think I'm ready for someone else to edit my show. Are you still willing to do that? And I said, absolutely, not even a question. And that is when I was like, okay, I think I can quit my other job, because two podcasts. The one, I only worked 2 days a week at the grocery store, so this second podcast will replace that income, which is awesome.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm working on Twitch and Duncan, and like with Twitch, I don't see a cap. And so basically what I saw is, okay, I've got these 2 revenue streams that are podcasts that are going to be consistent. And now with Twitch and my being, I can push this shit so far. I'm going to use all my extra energy and time to take the opportunities I'm given now and do what I've always wanted to do, which is put myself out there and somehow make a living with myself.
That's beautiful, man. That is a great fucking. That's great, man. I fucking love. One of the things I love the most is seeing musicians and artists fucking using their talents to fucking function in the world, because I know as well as anybody that a day job, if that's not really what you're into and all you want to do is tinker and play with your toys and create, it's fucking prison, man. I worked in a cubicle, man. I worked in a cubicle for years, and like it took me getting fired to push me to the point where, like, okay, I really have to take this shit seriously, because I had a kid. There's nothing worse than having to come home and tell your fucking your wife and your newborn child, like, daddy don't have any income because he fucking got fired. Because he's an asshole. Because your dad
doesn't like his job. Because he didn't like it so much that he got fired.
So much. Yeah, so I fucking absolutely love when I hear musicians, artists, anybody fucking working for themselves, pursuing what they love, and doing it with fucking fervor and passion and fucking just burning shit down on the way. I love it. I fucking love it, man. So congratulations on that. I put in the chat, if anyone has any questions for Aaron, please drop them now, because this is your chance. I know he streams every day, but like when you gonna get a chance like this again? Well, tomorrow or later. Right after this.
Yeah, I do. You know, they all know I chat on stream, but like I definitely get lost in the jams.
Whew, hey man, you got to. It is the best thing out to witness. There is powerful. I'm sorry, I'm reading this. There is nothing more powerful than putting your time and energy out there. So amazing. I agree with you, M. Rolling. Totally. Dang it, Daddy lost his job. Yeah, Daddy lost his job, and it was a sad moment. But you know what? It was one of those situations that it was one of those bad moments in life that was like the beginning of the best life you've ever lived. It's like the darkest.
Right. It led you into where you are now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It forced me to realize that I'm a powerful enough being that I can create my own destiny and do it in one of the most expensive places in the world, in San Diego, 3 blocks from the beach in OB. So I don't know if y'all know San Diego, but OB is kind of like the hippie fucking grimy part of the beach community. Not that grimy. It's now all the artists are being pushed out, but in the 60s it's like where Jimi Hendrix used to have his love-ins in the beach and shit. Anyways, that's who cares. Any questions? I have a question. How the hell are you such an amazing person, other than your parents obviously raising you right? And that's from Flea. I'm sorry if I got that wrong again. And we are playing games, Reina, if Aaron has time. So that's coming up shortly.
Flea. So, yeah, you already know the answer to that. It's my parents. They're incredible. They're angels.
Fucking Aaron is like, OMG, Leah, stop. No, that was
it's my family. It's my family.
Oh, it's your family. Okay, right. Well, you know what? Most of the people in this chat right now are your fans, and they're in your chat all the time. So I completely understand that there's not really a whole lot that they don't know about you that you haven't put out there in your chat. So, you know what? Do you have about 10 more minutes to play a couple games or play one game?
I do. You mind if I just go rush to the bathroom really quick?
Oh, please. It's going to take me a second. Okay, guys, I'm going to be right back. We're going to play How Much Does It Cost on Craigslist, and you're going to have a chance to win.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you got
it.
Our sponsor who made my hat, this WSEG hat. I'll be straightforward on my feelings about Aaron's company. Our community knows it. Yeah. I mean, you can look, man. And you're talking about me, baby. I'm part of this community too. So, like, I'm a fan too. You guys gotta understand. I'm coming from a fan's perspective as well. So, you know, it's an honor for me. And he works for Duncan Trussell. Shit. Okay, so here we go. Quarantine and chill. Here's a patch. I'm only gonna pick 3, guys. Oh, we're talking to an LA guy, so let's get. Here we go. Here's a LA native. Quarantine and chill.
Nice.
And you guys like Wu-Tang Clan?
Hell yeah.
Anybody like Wu-Tang? I got. You know what?
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
I got Emergency Helper. This is green. It's chroma keyed though, but this is it's a Muslim flag. Wu-Tang. You can't see it. You can see the outline there, and then of course
that's so sick.
We got the Giants. Okay, so we're gonna give away a couple of these patches right here. So Aaron's gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna get set up, and
I'll be right back.
And we'll be right back to play some games. So stick around because you're about to win some shit. All right, I'll be right back, guys.
Rush.
All right, we are coming back, everybody. We just had to do a couple things on this end, but here I am. I'm back. Hello. All right, guys. Now the name of the game is How Much Does It Cost on Craigslist? And how we play is it's kind of like The Price is Right, but you don't have, but you can go over. So it's like The Price is Right, but you can go over the price. So it's actually whoever is closest to the actual price of the item on Craigslist. I'm gonna read a description, and then here's the shitty picture that you can probably barely see, but that's how we're doing it. And I'm sorry, we just lost Arron, so let me move him a little bit over this way. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Anyways,
hey, if for anyone who doesn't understand, this shit is so much more complicated than it should be.
For real. This shit is crazy. Okay, well, I guess you don't get to see a closer picture. Oh, there we go. Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna read the description. See a closer picture. Oh my god, I don't know what happened. And I'm going to turn down the music, by the way, too, so you guys can actually hear me. Okay, here we go. Thank you. I'm definitely not Mango. I appreciate that. The music was loud as shit, I'm sure. And I'm turning it more down. I can't hear my desktop because my desktop just stopped working, the desktop audio. So, okay, I'm going to read this. So this is a firefighter sod acid fire extinguisher out of Toledo, Ohio, local here. Survivors, very rare. Matching pair of FYR fighter sod acid rolling fire extinguishers on wheels, manufactured by the Firefighter Company, Dayton, Ohio. Classification 10A, still loaded. All original condition, stands 43 inches tall, steel wheels, 36 inches in diameter, always stored inside warehouse. Call Mike. Okay, guys.
God damn.
Okay, so woo! There you go. So what we're gonna do now is just drop how much you think this is. Yeah, it's still loaded. This is out of the Midwest. It was taken care of in a warehouse.
Do I guess?
Oh yeah, totally, man. Oh, let me get my tape.
2,600.
Okay. All right, so Aaron started us off with 2,600. Well, let's see what the chat has going. Reina says 750. 10K says, oh shit, $15,530.16.
And 10K is going in.
Mango is 227. Valo is 1250. Let's see. Owa, sorry, can't. 150, 1200. Okay, we got a lot. I can't name them all. Sorry, guys, but we'll show the price now. Okay, I wish I had my drum roll. All I have is this, which I don't think you can hear. I'm a scat man. There you go. You can't hear that. Thank you for that drum roll, Aaron. Hold on. Of course I don't have it prepared. And actual retail price, $5,000. Damn
it.
And so let me see. So
I think might got it?
Mighty. Yeah, I think you're right. Aaron with that quick eye. Mighty, whisper me your address and I'll send you the patch of your choice. That is LA, native LA, quarantine and chill.
Dude, it's because they're loaded. It's obviously that's some legit.
Obviously. So whisper me which one you want. Wu-Tang, Muslim Wu-Tang thing. Whisper me that.
I want the Muslim Wu-Tang so bad.
It's tight. I love it.
So dope.
It is dope.
I'm also probably going to hit up those guys for the guts thing.
Oh, dude, yeah. Everybody should go and check out modedstudios.com. Moded Studios, MODEDSTUDIOS.com. They have fucking funny-ass patches. You guys see where they stand with all this shit. You guys saw at the beginning. Yeah, they have cool-ass shit. All right, guys, let's do... you got one more in you? You want to do one more?
Yeah, brother.
Let's do it. Let's give away a patch. Hold on. Come on.
If you've got 3, I got time for 3.
Oh, I got 3, baby. I got 3 for you, Aaron. Hold on. Let me find it again. Jeez Louise. Aaron was not joking when he said that this shit is more complicated than it needs to be. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah.
Insane.
the Dalai Lama, the bust sculpture. Get a good look. I'll bring Aaron back around so we can see his beautiful face. There we go. The Dalai Lama. So this is a straight up... Thank you. Thank you for that, Aaron. Okay, I might not read this whole thing because it's like a fucking short novel, but... Dalai Lama bust, let me see, exceptionally expressive and delightful ceramic bust sculpture of Tenzin Gyatso. Oh, that's his name. I can't say it. I won't try. His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet, with an antique bronze color surface that was hand-painted with acrylics, 11 inches high, 11 inches wide, 8 inches in depth. This superb kiln-fired ceramic artwork is appropriate for indoor display only, not for display in an outdoor location exposed to the sun and damp weather. The painted acrylic surface would deteriorate if exposed to outdoor conditions. This exceptional bust sculpture was made by Central California sculptor Mark O'Brien. Mark has commissioned, publicly installed, has bust sculptures in Central California and South Carolina. You can contact Mark to ask him any questions you may have regarding this bust sculpture of the Dalai Lama. So, thank you, Mark. He has a big name in South Carolina. So, drop your... Oh, you guys already have. Okay. Drop your things and we'll get it going. Oh, let's bring Aaron back around so we can see him. Aaron, did you already drop what did you put?
I did. What did I say? Did Flea and I tie? Uh-oh. We're on 1400.
1400. Well,
all right, I'm going to go 1401.
I'm sorry. I didn't explain the rules at the beginning, so I'm going to let it slide. But once your bid is in, that's it. There's no going back. So, Aaron,
all right, then I'm 1400.
No. Because you're a guest and because you're so nice. We're gonna let it slide for 1401. Anybody? Okay. hold on. This is what I got while people are waiting. God damn it! Wait. Okay. Never mind. That was a disaster. God damn it! Wait. Never mind. By the way, I completely forgot about the DCMA. Okay, that was enough for you guys. I just wanted to give you guys time to drop some things. Okay, thank you guys for putting in those bids. Let's go see Aaron. If you don't mind, can we get a drum roll, please? Oh golly. Oh, of course. I don't have anything prepared. Actual retail price on Craigslist, $2,400. All right.
Damn, I was gonna do 25.
Okay.
Fuck.
Lemonade has 2,000. Lemonade.
Lemonade won.
I think you're right. Lemonade. Hey, Lemonade on Mars. Drop your
nice.
What you want and which one you want and your address in the whisper, and I will send this out to you probably in the next couple days. I'm sorry I'm not holding them up very well. Maybe I'll put them in my Discord if you guys want to. I don't even think my Discord is working. I got to get my life together, people. Anyways. All right, we got one more, folks. So if you didn't win, we got one more. So stick around. We're gonna get you something real special from our sponsor, ModedStudios.com. The one thing I do like about getting older, Aaron, is that my voice is starting to do this.
It's starting to grow like that.
I'm starting to get a grown man voice. Oh, I don't know what that was, but that was awesome.
I sell hot sauce.
Oh, someone's up in the Discord. Gotcha. All right. Well, that's what's fun about Discord, everybody. Oh, I just blew it. Shit. Well, guys.
I didn't see it. Oh, now I did.
I just blew it, guys. I'm sorry. That was our last one then. I don't have an extra one.
No worries, yo.
I'm sorry, guys. I feel so bad now. Son of a bitch. That makes me so bummed out. I swear to God. Oh, well. Sorry about that, guys. Well, you know what? How about this? You guys want to do it? You want to do it, Aaron? You want to do it? I can look something up real quick. I might not be.
I'm in for that.
Okay. Let me look something up. I'll look it up on this screen, and I'll read the description, and we'll go off the description only. And I'm sorry to do that to you guys, but I really want to give one more patch away. I really.
Let me just look up the same thing you're looking up first, really quick.
Well, the great thing about these is that I've been sitting on these for a couple weeks, so like they're not they're probably well over with by now. But okay, let me see what I can find here. I'm gonna go, and I'm not gonna tell you where I'm gonna look just because I don't want nobody out there Googling. Let me see here. Okay, I think I got something here. It's just right off. No, I'm not gonna do that one. Never mind. Wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. That's too obvious. I'm sorry, guys. We're almost there. I promise. But we're gonna make this happen. God damn it.
I'm a happy boy.
Hey, you should be, man. You're over there killing it. You just quit your day job, bro.
I know, dude. It's
That's tight.
so sick.
That's tight.
Waking up on the days I normally work and not going to work has been one of the coolest vibes.
Okay, I think I got a good one. Man, I wish I could show this one to you guys. Okay, so this is a bust. This is more artwork, everybody. So it's Bogey and Katie Hepburn. So it's Katharine Hepburn and Humphrey Bogart bust. I can't show you the picture. I just feel like this is terrible. Let me just, I'll read it to you guys, and then we'll just try it. We're just going to try it, everybody. Featured at Andre's Lounge on Summit Street. That's important for you to know. These were the creations of Eddie York. Humphrey was York's 10th creation, made in October of 1977. Katie was his 14th creation, made in February 1978. Rendered creations of the characters from The African Queen. If interested, please respond to this post. And they even have a YouTube video. Okay, we're not going to do it. Okay. So, this is out of Toledo. I wish I could show you guys a picture, but we're just off of the description. It's from 1978, 1977 of Katharine Hepburn. Go ahead and drop your guesses if you want.
Is there a size? They
don't have a size. Man, this just seems so wrong not having a picture, right? Like,
no, it's okay. I just got to ask clarifying questions.
Huh? Okay. There's nothing. Okay. There is no size. Sorry. Reina just popped in to say something, but there's no channel points mod. I don't see any channel points used here, so I'm ignoring that suggestion. Okay. So thank you for dropping stuff. I know you guys didn't get to see the actual picture. Aaron, are you going 1400 again?
No.
Oh, this is a different. Oh, I lost my chat. Oh my God. I'm going to get there, folks. You know what? Give me like 10 more episodes. I'm going to be a fucking stream master. I'm going to be like in the chat. I'm going to be fucking all these pictures, and I'm going to be fucking up the last game. And
Flea only redeemed fake points, right? For me dancing. I think they were fake.
Oh. Is that why you started dancing?
I started dancing first, and then she was like, wait, don't stop.
Wait, don't stop. Wait, don't stop. No channel points. What do you mean? Oh, redeem the highlighted message. Oh, no, I have channel points, but my mod told me that to check my channel points, and I don't see anything in my channel points box. So that's what I was talking about. I don't know. But yes, you do have channel points, and thank you for highlighting your message. That was very nice. Yes, that's exactly what happened. I don't think they were fake. Ha ha ha. Okay. All right. So let's go over it. I can't show you the actual retail price, so everybody's got their prices in there. Actual retail price for the Bogey and Katie Hepburn bust out of Old West End, Toledo, Ohio. $1,200. All right. Who's got it? Who's got it?
I think Pariah Hound might have won.
Pariah Hound?
Oh, wait. No, M. Rolling got 900.
12, yep, 900, yep.
I think M won.
I think you're right. I think M got it. Wait a second, how much? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yep.
My favorite nut, Shug, is either cashews or, I think cashews or pistachios.
Oh, thank you for handling that for me. Aaron is much more graceful on the chat than I am, by the way. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get on Aaron's level. Okay, I'm gonna be able to
You're doing the hard part, dude. I just have chat open in Discord. That's all I got to do.
Well, that's still stress, man. It's still. Oh, we got more. What's your favorite? What's your preferred type of milk?
If we're gonna go dairy, I'm getting whole fat all the way, 100%. Even more fat if I can get it. European cows produce more fat milk than Jersey cows. So I'll take that if I can get it, and if not, please give me Oatly.
Oatly. Oh, you like oats? Thank you very much, Mango. I appreciate the words of encouragement there. Yeah, I think almond milk, but I don't like how almond milk is made, so I've recently switched over to preferring oat or something, but I'll drink almond milk. There's just some causes that you die for. You die on your hill for. And unfortunately, I'm still buying almond milk, even though it's like a horror show for the fucking environment. But whatever. We're all destroying it together. Yay. Aww.
Is that because of how much water it takes?
Yeah, and and most of the almonds come from California. So, you know how water goes in Cali. One year it's plentiful, and the next you're like, hey, motherfucker, don't water your lawn because...
Hey, motherfucker, don't eat any more almonds, please.
Yeah, exactly. Stop eating almonds. Okay, so that's it, man. I really appreciate you stopping by the show and hanging out and bringing your friends and family with you. Emerald, please make sure that you those shipments too. I just sent out a shipment to Berlin today, so I don't care where you're at. I'm sending you a patch. So make sure you whisper your address and your preferred patch. If the other winners have chosen your patch that you wanted, I will let you know. It's first win, first serve. So I wish I had a Discord to put these in. I do have a Discord, but it's just weird. Mod, can you put my Discord up and see if it actually works? I don't know if it's gonna work, guys. There's a lot to work on here. Like Aaron said, it's way more complicated than it should be.
It's ridiculous.
Or needs to be. But anyways, yes. So you guys can jump in my Discord if you would like, and say hi. I'll make sure I put the patches in there, so if people want to look at them later, they can look at them. But I'm going to try to make my Discord do things, and hopefully it works. So, Aaron, I fucking appreciate you taking the time out of your day. You completely... What was the sweetest thing in the world is that he fucking did his early stream yesterday just so he could be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for this. And so I'm so thankful for that. And everybody make sure you give him tons of love. And, obviously you guys know that already. You guys know that shit. But Aaron, thank you so much, my friend. This will also be coming out on a audio version in a couple weeks, so I'll send that out to you guys. And also, everyone in here, I do have a podcast with 250 back episodes. I'm talking to Twitch streamers. I'm talking to Grammy winners, hometown heroes. wespeakenglishgood.com. You can find all that shit. We got music tutorials. All kinds of fun stuff going over there. So go check it out if you'd like. If my mod would be so nice to drop some links, that would be wonderful. Aaron Goldberg, thank you so fucking much. That was amazing. I feel better than I did coming into this. I feel like...
Thank you, brother.
I feel like more whole even, you know what I mean? Like just...
I do too. I feel prepared for my day way more than I normally do when I wake up at 9 in the morning. Yeah, man, just really grateful for you, like wanting to give me this opportunity to talk about things. And this is a little final closing note from me is I've sort of censored myself for all my life when it came to the music I put out in the world. I don't have cussing on my albums or anything like that, and that's been a really intentional choice because I felt like on something that's recorded, that can be a little lazy or whatever, or it can be misinterpreted or whatever. Something that's so permanent. I always put all this work into censoring myself. So being able to find myself on Twitch where I don't censor myself almost at all is so healing for me. Thank you guys for supporting me in that and for being the kind of people that are down for what I do when I'm not censoring myself. And thank you for giving me a platform to speak again. Truly.
Dude, any fucking time, Aaron. Like, fucking anytime you got something to say, please fucking let me know. Let's fucking chat, man. Because, shit, dude, like, I had a wonderful time. And again, I'm a fan. I'll be seeing you and all these fine folks in the chat. And thank you, sir. And have a great day, man. I'll be in touch
Thank you,
soon.
man. I look forward to sharing the audio version of this, and I'm gonna I'm gonna go on stream in probably like 10 minutes for an hour or two. So if anyone
sweet.
who's got some time, I'll see you in there.
Well, then let's hang. You guys want to hang out for 10 and then jump on Aaron's and raid Aaron? You're gonna be up in 10?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. If you guys want to hang out or if you got something to do, but I'm gonna raid Aaron. So I got something for us to do if you guys want to hang out because I got fucking.
I'll be back.
All right.
I love you,
Aaron. We're gonna let Aaron go so he can go stream. We'll see you soon, Aaron, and have fucking kisses.
Thank you, man.
All right. Peace. All right, guys. So I got this thing. I want to see if you guys like it or not.